Hi guys, and welcome to the Bolton vs Sunderland match preview. Now, I'm going to find this preview probably one of the most difficult ones so far this season because Bolton have had pretty much two completely different sides playing this season. Obviously, at the beginning they've gone through everything they've gone through. It's pretty public, everyone knows about it. They went through quite a lot of stuff towards the early end of the season, in which they were basically forced to play their under-16s, under-15s, what have you, a really young, inexperienced squad. They were postponing games, so they were dishing out 4-5-0 wins willy-nilly. And then, of course, they've got the new owners in, where they've managed to bring in a few sort of decent, experienced players. Whether it's strong enough to keep them up, it is a completely other thing. But they've got a completely different squad now that are still gelling together. So, it's a bit more difficult to judge the way they're going to play. But if we do look at their sort of last 5 games or so, they did go away from home to Tranmere, where they lost 5-0, and then they welcomed Ipswich to the Macron. I'm pretty sure, is it the Macron now? I'm pretty sure it's still the Macron. They lost by 5-0 again. Then they went into the league trophy, where they only just managed to lose on penalties, which is a shame, when they did play Bradford, where it was 1-1 at full time. And then, of course, last weekend they played Rotherham and they lost 6-1 there. So the shipping goals for fun at the minute, really. But on Tuesday night, they did welcome Oxford, and they drew 0-0, which I think is a very, very good point. We drew with Oxford, we struggled against them. So it shows that, it depends who turns up on the day for Bolton. And of course, as well, they have brought in quite a lot of former Sunderland players in Daryl Murphy, Will Buckley, Bridcut. All, Daryl Murphy did quite well for us, to be fair, but the others are pretty much massive Sunderland rejects. But even so, that these kind of players are going to have more of an incentive to do well against us. And it'd just be such a Sunderland thing for Daryl Murphy to bag a hat-trick or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But, I do think we will win this game. I'm hopeful of it. I think it'll be a lot tougher than Bolton's previous results will suggest, but I will go into my preferred Sunderland 11. So I have gone relatively unchanged, just a couple of little tweaks here and there from the game on Tuesday when we did draw with Rotherham, which was of course a very disappointing draw in the end. But this is the squad I've gone for. I've gone for McLaughlin in goal, Hume at left back, O'Nien to return to right back, which is a shame because I think he did play very well originally when he played sort of up top on Tuesday night. But, McLaughlin, for me, Conor McLaughlin, I just think he's terrible, personally. Hopefully everything does go well for him eventually and comes good for him, but his positional awareness is terrible. His tackling ability is awful. He was just giving away free kick after free kick the other night, and a lot of it is just so unnecessary, and they're just terribly timed challenges, whereas Luke O'Nien is become so solid in that position, so I would like to see him return to right back. Now in the middle, I've remained with Ozturk and Willis. I think that's our best partnership at the minute, regardless of what people say. In the middle, I have again remained with McGeoch and Dobson. I know McGeoch got quite a lot of stick after Tuesday night game, but, for the first sort of half an hour, 35 minutes, them two together were absolutely excellent. They were excellent against Burnley as well, and I just know what they're capable of, and we can't, rest everything on those two and put the blame purely on one player for the other night, because I think just as a team in a whole, we kind of collapsed in the second half against Rotherham, and I just know myself how good McGeoch can be, and he's just so in and out of the team, which whether that's down to him or to Jack Ross, that we don't know that, but I just know how good he is, and I think Dobson and McGeoch, given time to gel together, I think that could be a really, really good partnership. But for me, I think Jack Ross will more than likely bring Leadbitter back in or Power back in. But for an away game, I think those two would be excellent in midfield. And I think to play, with no disrespect to Bolton, a team that are shipping a lot of goals and will probably give us a little bit of space, I think that those two could potentially thrive on Saturday together at Bolton. Now, on the left-hand side, again, it's another player who's got a little bit of stick recently, and that's Aidan McGeady. But with Aidan McGeady, you know what you're going to get with him. Sometimes he can be a bit greedy. Sometimes he can do an extra step over too many and fall over the ball. But the other night, he had two. Well, yeah, obviously he missed the penalty. He could have scored that. He had two cracking efforts after a great bit of skill, and if those have gone in, people would have completely changed their mind. He could have bagged himself a hat-trick the other night, on Tuesday night. But he's one of those players that he really can just come out with a moment of magic out of nowhere, and I don't think he deserves to be dropped. I don't think he's been that bad. He hasn't been great, nowhere near hitting the hats as what he did last season, but I do think he should remain in the side. Now on the right hand side, I've remained with Gooch as well, although we might see someone like Embleton on the right hand side. I wouldn't mind that at all, but I just think I'd like to remain relatively unchanged for a side that hasn't been beaten, although the performance wasn't great the other night. Now up top, again, because obviously O'Nien's had to drop back to right back, I have put Maguire with McNulty. For me right now, McNulty is the first name on the team sheet. I think he's an absolutely cracking little player. I really, really do, and I really rate him. He'll press that back line. He'll cause all kinds of problems. And then up top next to him, I have put Maguire, who did come on the other night. He started off on the bench, come on for the last sort of 20-25 minutes. And I said in my review that he was absolutely terrible. But stick him out from the start. I hope he is fully fit, because I think if he does have his creative mind on, his creative boots on, he will run rings around Bolton. I mean, we could potentially see Wyke up there with McNulty, because we might want that physical presence to bully that young Bolton side. But for me, this would be my preferred 11. But of course, you guys let me know who you would like to see starting on Saturday. But now it is time for my score prediction, which again, it's going to be so difficult because we don't know what kind of Bolton's going to turn up. Is it going to be the resilient Bolton that's going to defend for the lives and get everyone behind the ball with that bit of passion and desire and what have you? Or is it going to be the Bolton that collapse after conceding one goal? We just don't know. But, I think we will see a very organised Bolton side, but I do think we're going to win. And I think we will win by 4-1, which, it's frustrating that I don't have much confidence in clean sheets because we just hate keeping them, don't we? But this weekend is as good a time as any, a good opportunity as any to get ourselves a clean sheet. So I hope that is the case. But I don't think it will be. I think Bolton will get us on the counter at some point, whether they go in the lead or just as a consolation. But I do think we will win by 4-1. And I won't predict the goal scorers, but if I was a betting man, I would definitely say McNulty to get at least one, because I just think he's that good. I really, really rate McNulty. But again, you let me know in the comments down below what score you think it is going to be. I will be there this weekend at Bolton. So again, if you see me there or anything like that, don't hesitate to say hi. It's always great to meet you guys. But if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.